Hello YouTube, I'm Drominicus and this is the first episode of my first story of my new series called Branching Tales. In this series I'm going to be doing sort of a choose your own adventure style as alluded to in a previous video, whereby at the end of the video I'm going to give you a choice as to what comes next. You will then go ahead and vote on that in the comment section below. And at the end of the week, I'll tally up which choice got the most votes. I'll announce it on the same day as my WordWise video, so a Friday, I guess. And then the following week, I will make a video based on the outcome of those votes. So I do hope that you'll participate. Otherwise, it's not really going to go anywhere. But I do hope that you enjoy this, my next video, and I really hope that this series goes well and that you guys really enjoy it and take part, participate, and really have fun with it. Anyway, enjoy. You wake up with a jerk at the sound of your professor's voice. Sleeping again, I see. Why do you come to my class if the only study you do is in Oneirology? That's the study of dreams, by the way. He gives you an exasperated look as he says this, then returns to the lecture. Your classmates look at you for a moment, then back to the professor to continue taking notes. One guy gives you a sideways look before continuing. As class wears on, you begin to feel tired once more, and before you realize it, class has ended. While leaving the classroom, your professor calls you over to speak for a minute. I know that my lectures may sometimes seem boring or unimportant, but history is important to learn about, lest we repeat it. Now, I know right now, your grades are good, not great, mind you. But if you feel that this class is not for you, then I'm certain that a student on the waitlist would be happy to take your place. After your talk with the professor, you head home and think about what he said. Is this class really worth taking? You think about it all night, as you eat your supper and watch your shows. You know that history is important, but when will you actually use it? As far as you know, the only application in real life is to teach history and continue the cycle, or maybe get lucky and work in a museum or possibly a library. Of course, you think to yourself, if you drop out of history, what other courses are you going to take? You don't really have the head for most math-related courses, like the hard sciences and engineering, but you're also not so creative as to be able to get into the fine arts, like poetry or music. So you're really left with history, soft sciences, and general arts. You think these things over into the early morning before you eventually give in to your sleepiness and go to bed. Hey! You hear an odd voice, seemingly distant. Hey! Now the voice is closer. Hey! You hear the voice in your ear. Opening your eyes, you see a strange room around you. It's strangely colored in bright neon colors with swirling patterns, a sharp contrast to the muted colors of the creature you see next to you. This thing, as you're unsure what to call it, is short, 2 legs and 2 arms, but are disproportionately long. Its face is long and pointed, with large eyes and a small snout of a nose. It has a tail as well, thin and curly. It looks like it has fur, but is somewhat bristly, much like that of a porcupine. And its coloration is a powder blue with pastel green patches. You ask it where you are and how you came to be here. It looks at you, chuckles happily. I can't tell you now, but if you catch me, I'll tell you then. With that, you see it dash away towards one of the walls, only to have it open up like a door from some sci-fi movie, and close again behind it. You get up, still disoriented, and go towards where the door opened. But nothing happens. You take a look around the room much more closely, and finally find a way out. Another door, but much smaller. so much so that you in fact have to crawl through it. When you start through, you find that this is more like a tunnel than a door, and begin to wonder if it will ever end. After what seems like 10 or so minutes of crawling around through this tunnel, you finally see an opening into another room. This room is much the same as the last, with its color and patterns, except this one has 3 doors. The first one, on your left, is a large door with a brass knob and comically crooked frame. The second door, straight ahead of you, is a normal-sized door that has vertical stripes of red and white with a large green knob. The third and final door is on its side, painted green with a silvery knob. Which of these doors will you enter? So, what do you guys think? What will you choose? The door on the left that's big and has a brass knob, the one straight ahead that's all candy cane looking, or the one on the right that's on its side with a silvery knob? Let me know. Post it in the comments. And on Friday, I'll tally up the votes and I'll let you know who won, and we'll go from there. Until then, tune in tomorrow for more WordWise, and on Thursday for Thor's Day, my first episode of that show. And then again on Friday for another episode of WordWise. And if you're interested in the music, I've posted the link below to, you can download it yourself. It's actually, I found it on the Internet Archives, handy little site. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of the first story of Branching Tales. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. I'm Drominicus. Have a good one.